Okay, so right, all the ways to start off with is just to close your eyes, and I just want you to sort of on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is like no craving at all, no desire for a cigarette, and 10 being, like climbing the walls,
Mm.
wanting to kill with someone. So just close your eyes and just get a sense of how much you want that
2 to 3.
Not very much at all then.
No,
All right. Well, that's
it's
not
definitely
bad.
not even over 5. No,
So when
because
was
I've
the
kind
last
of
time you
got
had a fag?
myself to the point that I want to do it, and a craving's not gonna help my situation. So I've got to like be
Well, Jenny,
positive about it.
so that's great. You're already basically using a bit of self-hypnosis really anyway. So that's no, seriously. But just for the sake of showing you, just in case a craving sort of like descends on you when you're not expecting it, can you see if you can ramp it up? See if you can control that craving so you actually make it more. So close your eyes and just want you to imagine one of the triggers that you described, which is after, was it after food? Was one of your triggers?
Yeah, after dinner, and actually, when I was trying to download this Zoom, it was actually driving me nuts.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I have got that cigarette there, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to sort of
Yeah,
persevere. And
I get it.
if it
Yeah, I've
doesn't
got
work, it
much.
doesn't work. I've always got it on another device, but I really wanted it on the laptop. So in the end, I just thought, just focus on this, keep going through the menus and whatever. And then I got it. And then
Tell you
obviously
what, you're
that
making me
moment,
want a fag at the moment.
and then obviously that moment had gone. And I just thought, because last night I put away all my ashtrays and my cigarette carriers that you put your cigarettes out if you're going to someone's house. So I threw them all away in the dustbin. And then, lo and behold, that sneaky cigarette that was out of a box ages ago was at the side of the bedside table. And I thought, oh, someone's really testing me here, but I'm not going to rise to it because,
Because you stopped
you know,
smoking. Because you've
yeah,
stopped
I mean,
smoking.
I don't want to spend another £12 on a packet of cigarette.
You've done the work yourself. You're already basically non-smoker. This is just great. This session is going to be easy because you're going to stop smoking today. It's already, in fact, you already stopped smoking last night. So this is just going to basically consolidate what you've already done mentally in your mind, which is amazing. But you've already stepped through that door for you to be a non-smoker, a happy non-smoker, and feel for anyway. Yeah, I want to get some craving back up, just on the smallest chance that you experience some kind of craving later on. So yeah, so thinking about the pain of technology, or the pain of boredom, that's a bad one. When all you want to do is, that's a bad one for me, of like all you want to do is smoke, because it feels like something's happening. There's a physical response in your body that you're not getting when your heart is flatlining with boredom. So yeah, so that sort of like that nicotine rush that you get when you're bored, or the change, you're looking for some kind of change, aren't you? Can you think about that?
Yeah, it's like if I'm doing something, or I'm going to watch a movie and I know it's going to be a long movie and I've got like 2 cigarettes left, and I think, should I try and, wait till the morning and don't ring up, Uber or something like that? And then I think, I'm fighting with myself and the devil. Should I do it? And then I just think, oh no, sod it. Just go and book it. And then once I've got the cigarettes, I'm like, oh, I'm all right now. Even if I don't have the 2 cigarettes, they're still there.
So it's just knowing
Yeah, it's
that
just knowing that they're there, that if
yeah.
I want them, they're there. And I don't have to go down to the road, because there's no way I would go down the road, because if the Uber wasn't around, I used to like check my box before I get home and buy them at the station. So I'd never, ever have to go down the road again. But obviously now with Uber, it is just so easy to get anything. So it's just like, yeah, it's like,
So you
oh, I've
hang
got
on,
to
so with Uber, are you saying that you order fags?
well, not Uber, it's like Tesco.
Oh right, okay, right.
Sorry,
You're
not Uber.
in London, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, where are you on this scale?
Yeah, I can feel my stomach going over a bit now. I would say I'm about 6, 7. Yeah.
Brilliant. So you didn't have to do much, did you? And that's gonna, there are still, as I said to you before, that I still get triggers every now and again, but then they go immediately. I think there are associations, whether it's being at a party or a particular person who you associate with good times and smoking. Right. Anyway, you can open your eyes now. That was you took me on a little journey with you buying fags late at night. So let's I just want to show you how you can bring that 6 down, that you kind of so keep this sort of sense of that 6. Can you feel it in your body? That you said you felt it in your stomach.
Yeah, well, I felt like I was getting a bit anxious, thinking like, oh, I want one now.
Perfect, because it is the craving is very similar to anxiety, and also you can use. I'm going to show this thing called bilateral stimulation, which you can use for anxiety. You can use should you ever desire to not, you know, like food cravings, you don't want to eat food cravings, you can use it the same thing, because in some ways it's a similar pattern that goes on with a hormone being released, or the amygdala and part of the brain sort of setting up a trigger of, you know, so it fires up a certain pattern of relationship of neural patterns in our brain, which makes which is automatic. So basically, for this whole time you're thinking, you feel something in your stomach, or it might be an association or a thought, or something's triggered, you think, right, cigarette, that pattern that's been doing this for years, because you've been smoking for years, sets up that pattern. Well, when I feel this or when I feel that, I get a cigarette, and it's automatic. So this thing is going to change that pattern. So as soon as you sort of like in the future, if you were to get a sort of sensation of anxiety or a need of that, whatever it is, whether it's physical, a thought, you're going to do this instead. So can you get that stress board? Just all I want you to stand up and just copy me. Yeah, perfect.
Stand up.
Right. So yeah, so just look straight ahead. That's right. Yeah, and all I want you to do is keep your feet maybe hip distance apart, so you feel quite rooted onto the floor, and make sure when you're breathing, that you're just breathing in nice and deeply from the lower stomach, from the abdomen, low down. We're going to switch our breathing quite a lot of the time. We breathe high up, which is a sympathetic nervous system, and it makes us more stressed. It makes us whereas if we breathe down here, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Right. So just copy me. Just that's it. I'll copy you. I'll copy you. Yeah, we're really getting things going here. Right, great. Oh dear, this is right. I've never had such right. See what? Right, that's it. Let's not. We're not taking this relationship any further. Right. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3, go. Right. That's it. Hey. Yeah. Right. Let's start off slow. And I'm sure this has got nothing to do with our rapport. This is just a physical incongruity here. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Right. Let's maybe speed things up a bit. Right. Ah, that's better. Right. Okay. It's not usually this difficult, although some people do get sore arms.
No, I don't
I mean, I think you're fit enough to be right. Let's move things along. Let's get a bit of more of a flow, shall we? I tell you what, you just do what's comfortable. I'll follow you. Right, that's it. That's better.
Stopped. The flow's gone.
The flow's gone. We had such a. It was really good for a second, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't.
Okay, no.
You start. I'm going to copy you.
Okay.
All right. Right. All right. So now we've got that kind of a bit more fluid. Can you just look ahead of you, so you're not thinking about the ball at all, okay? And just focus on your breathing. And as you exhale, make your exhale like twice as long or just longer than your inhale, making sure, imagining that you've got a balloon in your tummy. Okay. And just notice that scale's probably come down quite a long time ago anyway, while we were kind of like playing around with the ball. Where are you now on that scale?
Yeah, I feel quite relaxed. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So what number would you give that?
And easily a 2 or 1.
Okay, great. So as you're doing that, as you've already done it at 1, just see yourself breaking that cigarette later on. See yourself as a non-smoker. See yourself happy when the next time someone offers you a cigarette, next time the devil, if you like, offers you a cigarette, just see yourself just with a big smile on your face, because you know that you are free. You're free, you're a non-smoker, you've made that decision, you've walked through that door, there's a beautiful breeze blowing on you. And you know that whenever you want to bring yourself down from any kind of state of anxiety, whether it's induced by the thought of a cigarette or something else, you can just do this and it will. And the reason why this works, and it works really quickly, Jenny, is because actually when we're having a craving, as I said, the neural patterns tend to work on one side of the brain in the right hemisphere. But when you're doing this, because you're employing both sides of your brain, it's interrupting your usual pattern. So it's interrupting your whole automatic thought process that you would have had before. And if you keep doing this, you're creating new neural pathways. So every time you do this, you see yourself relaxed, feeling good, feeling free. Okay?
Yeah. So would you actually say, if I was on a bus and I came off the bus, am I physically sort of doing this in my mind sort of thing? Because obviously I won't have a ball with me, will I?
You could do it with keys. It doesn't have to be a ball. It could be anything. I mean, this is a physical.
Oh, okay.
I can show you something to do with the mind, but this is definitely a physical thing. So yeah, you can't really do this in an abstract way. You have to actually physically do it. But you can do it with Leo. I mean, I think I do it sometimes with car keys. But then, I mean, I'm quite fidgety anyway. So I mean, I think I am. But anyway, it doesn't matter. No one's really going to think much of it, is it? If you're sort of like moving an object.
Yeah, well, I just like, if it comes, I suppose you just do it as long as it was,
yeah,
not
just
say
so
you smoke a cigarette or
just
30
until you feel
seconds.
good. Exactly, it doesn't take long. I mean, we've been talking to it much longer than usual because we were for some reason finding it hard to coordinate handing a ball from left to right. But actually, it doesn't take more than a couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, I don't feel like I'd want a cigarette now.
Excellent.
If someone said one, would you want one? I'd say, well, no, I don't need one because
I don't smoke.
And it doesn't do anything for me.
No, it doesn't. So great. So can we give that a 0 then? Are you happy to call it a 0? I don't want a cigarette. Okay.
I'm just looking at the flowers, the flower tree, the red flowers, and it's
anything that gives life would be good. Anything that gives oxygen, anything that makes you feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. You can stop now, and you've passed that. The flying colours. You're already a non-smoker, and we haven't even started the hypnosis, which is what I want. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, it is, because if you can make yourself feel that good before we've even, and it is, you've made yourself feel that good, like that quickly. In fact, you did it already last night, and now you're just going to get that growing sense of enthusiasm and confidence that, because before you said you had some doubt. At the end of this session, you'll have no doubt. You'll have absolutely. I've got no doubt. You'll have no doubt that you are free, and it will feel great. Because
that's what I want.
Because it's the pain comes from the doubt and the conflict, and that's why a lot of the times with all the other stuff people say that's so hard to do, is because they've never resolved that conflict. They've never really
you haven't switched it off. It's still there. It's just
exactly.
a switch.
You're repressing it, and repressing it just makes it more painful. I'm not saying you can still do it. My mum did it. Lots of people do it with that. About 5% or 6% of people do it like that. But anyway, you're going to do it today. You're going to do it in an hour and a half, rather than over the period of 15 years, saying how hard it was, because that's just a bit miserable. Right. So just so let's do a few like suggestibility things, just to show you a bit about how hypnosis works, just so you're not under any misconception that you're falling asleep and not hearing me, or not, and like I've got like abracadabra, you're asleep and then you wake up because you're not. So all I want you to do, I'm going to do a few things, and like if I ask you to see something, I want you to do your best to sort of like visualize. You might not be very good at visualizing, that's fine, or hear something, or imagine something, or get a sense of something. I just want you to do your best to get a sense of it, and then your body will start making the changes for you anyway. It will just start making things easy, and this is what this is going to demonstrate for you anyway. So if you're ready for the first little thing,
I am.
Yeah, all you have to do is put your hands together like that. So clasp your hands tightly, thumbs over the fingers, so that almost like they're in a desperate prayer. That's right. Palms closed. That's it. Elbows locked. And all I want you to do now is just put your first 2 fingers up in front of you, So there's a gap in between, about an inch in between your fingers. And now all I want you to is just focus on that gap, because in a moment they're going to touch. There's like magnets putting them together. That's right. Oh my God, they're already touched. And you can close your eyes now. And as you close your eyes, that was very quick, which means you're an excellent subject and you're going to find stopping smoking really easy. But as you close your eyes and count to 3, and in a moment, your fingers are going to be locked down together, glued down together, as though they're made out of one piece of wood. On the count of 3, and it doesn't matter. You'll find that you can try and pull them apart, but the more you try and pull them apart, the closer they'll be stuck down together. So on the count of 3, they're going to be locked down, stuck down. 1, getting stickier and stickier. 2, you can feel those fingers sticking together now, like they're locked down. 3, they're stuck together like super glue, all one block of wood, and it doesn't matter how much you try and open them, the more you try and open them, the more they'll stick down together. And 3, locked, and try and pull them apart. The more you try and pull them apart, the more they're stuck down together like super glue. That's right. Stuck down like one piece of wood. And as you breathe in confidence, understanding that this will be today, you're not going to smoke from now on. It's going to be easy for you. It's going to be easy for you to stop smoking. That's right. And as you listen to my voice, just understand and allow yourself to be filled with confidence for this experience, for you to easily stop smoking. That's right. And your fingers are totally normal now, and you can open your eyes and let your fingers come apart. There you go. You can open your eyes and, okay. Weird?
It's all strange.
Do you know what? It's funny because I started off with, I was going to show you, it's like a mechanical.
Not unpleasant.
Not unpleasant. No, why would it be unpleasant?
No, but it was just the fingers coming together.
Yeah.
That was like spooky.
Well, I'll be honest with you, there's a little bit of a trick on that one, because mechanically, that's what happens anyway. But as you're doing that, and then your fingers stuck together, there's no reason why that should happen. But the mechanical thing, that will happen anyway. But I'm going to do something in a minute where it won't happen but you're going to show. But so yeah, it is weird how quickly it happened as well, isn't it? How quickly that movement happened. All right. So ready for the next amazing thing you're going to learn about your unconscious mind, about how powerful your unconscious mind is. All right, great. So put your hands like that in front of you, about 6 inches apart. All right, excellent. So just imagine, right, I'll show you what I want you to do, and then you're going to do it. Okay, so just imagine you've got a magnet. You've got a magnet there and there on both hands, okay? And in a moment, I want you to shut your eyes. I want you to do this completely with your eyes shut. And I just want you to imagine or get a sense of there being these 2 magnets, putting your hands together and just sort of like tune into that force, that energy, as though, I don't know, have you ever done Tai Chi or anything like that?
Little bit.
So you can almost, when you're doing that stuff, you can feel you can feel the energy. But yeah, so just feel, channel into that energy and just sort of like feel it, and it will pull your hands together. I don't want you to pull your hands together to please me, because I know you're on board with this, but I don't want you to resist it either. I just really want you to imagine that you've got 2 magnets either, and that they're pulling your hands together, and just see what happens. Okay, so hands pull apart. That's right. So just imagining you've got a magnet in the inside of both hands, pulling your hands further together. That's right. They're already beginning to move, which shows me you've got an excellent imagination. That's right. Closer together. That's right. Like a force. And the more it pulls your hands together, the better it feels. And the better it feels, the more quickly your hands pull together. That's right. And you can feel that energy, that momentum, which is going to allow you to experience a really profound hypnosis in a very short space of time. That's right. They're getting them more closely together now, closer and closer, like this powerful magnetic force increasing, expanding, pulling in. That's right. You can feel an almost twitching sensation as that momentum builds, and the more it builds, the better and more confident you feel. And the more confident you feel, the quicker your hands move together. That's right. That's right. They're moving like they've got a will of their own. And when your hands touch, I want you to allow yourself to be filled with this confidence, this absolute unshakable confidence that you know that you will stop smoking today. You will stop smoking. You're going to stop smoking easily, effortlessly, enjoyably. That's right. And your hands are almost moving together now. They're almost touching. And when they touch, once again, I want you to be filled with that confidence, that certainty that today is a day to start the rest of your life, and your health and your wealth is going to increase. That's right. And just breathe in that confidence when your hands touch. Let them touch and just breathe in that confidence. Now you will do this. It's going to be easy. It's going to be effortless. It's going to be fun. And it's the best thing you can ever do for yourself in this life. In this life, which is your life, which is your breath. That's right. Your fingers are touching. Your fingers are touching. Let them clasp. You can clasp your hands as though you're embracing this new life of yours. That's right. And as they touch, any last traces, any trace of doubt, any traces of resistance can disappear altogether. Any unconscious resistance to the fact that you're going to stop smoking easily can just disappear. That's right. Fingers touching, hands touching, making contact, letting you know that you have arrived at this place. You open the door and you're walking through a beautiful new place, a new transformation, which is always exciting. And understand that you can reapply this transformation to any other part of your life that you would wish to change in the future. That's right. You can drop your hands down. Take a nice deep breath in, knowing you're amazing. You're going to be an amazing subject. And just let your hands drop. That's right. So how did that feel?
Oh, that was a bit strange as well. I could feel the tingly in my hands.
Yeah.
I could feel it a bit in my face as well. That was weird. That was weird. I really wanted to open my eyes and think, no, my hands are not going to get there. I don't know, but I could definitely feel sensations in my hands. Definitely.
Did you so you thought your hands weren't going to get there? Is that what you thought?
No, I didn't think. I thought, no, they're here.
Yeah.
They're only going to get there if I tell them, open my eyes and say, go together.
Yeah,
that was weird.
But that's your imagination. And the thing is, I think, the real purpose for me in these things that we do before the actual hypnosis is to show you that every day, all day, we kind of manifest things through our imagination. We're not aware of it, and a lot of the time, unfortunately, for less good outcomes. So we're, when we're worrying about stuff and we make it happen, or we're thinking about overeating, or we're thinking about eating too much, or we're thinking about chocolate, and then we go and do it. But the imagination, we see the pictures, and we experience the pictures first. So what we feel or what we see, our body's already working on, because the unconscious works with pictures anyway, doesn't it? And images and associations and feelings and smells and all of that. So that's really to show you that the reason why in the past has been very difficult for you to stop smoking is because you've been imagining it being very difficult. You're imagining how hard it is. You're imagining the anxiety. You're imagining the withdrawal. And then it just becomes so difficult because you're imagining it being difficult. And when you start imagining something completely different, suddenly the whole thing's easy. You can imagine yourself being free and being richer and being able to breathe nicely. And then it's like, why would you have ever done anything else?
Like I say, I am ready to stop today. So I want to go out shopping and not think about go to the right and get that what I don't want and just go straight ahead.
Just being free.
In most supermarkets you go to the right for your bits and pieces, then you go shopping. So I'm just gonna have to break that cycle, that bit doesn't exist anymore. I don't need anything from that.
So would you normally get cigarettes from the counter? Is that where you get did you always get them from the same place?
Majority of the time, one or two places.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna ditch the third sort of suggestibility place, because I think your imagination is clearly so good anyway. You need it. So we're just gonna go. If you're ready to go into hypnosis.
If you think I am.
I do. Are you ready to be a stop smoker forever? A non-smoker forever?
Yeah, I'll bring that cigarette and go.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
I'll keep it up there.
Well, you want to keep it for 2 weeks? All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay,
I'll keep it right by the side. And I'll take a picture of the day and the time.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. That'll be good.
And I'll mark it just in case someone thinks, it could be another cigarette. See, I'm thinking ahead now.
See, you're obviously a bit crafty, because I wouldn't even occur to me.
Well, sorry, I thought that after that split second, I thought maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I will. I'm not going to spend £11.49 to just prove a point. No, I'll put my hands up, but I will mark it, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, why would you? Because I know you wouldn't, because it's just pointless anyway. So it's not about me, is it? It's about you. So it's not about So you.
I don't want to waste my time on it really, but I'll just to prove a point, I will mark it and it'll be there in 2 weeks' time. Actually, I'm going to put it somewhere that I'm going to test myself. I'm going to put it right in front of my TV.
That is a great idea.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to lean it up against the TV. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, right. Let's shall we
Yeah.
so you're comfortable, you've got back to the chair somewhere that you can feel supported. Do you want to have a little sip of water maybe?
Yeah, I will do.
And you are warm and comfortable enough?
Does it matter about glasses, not
No,
glasses on?
as long as you're comfortable. So just to tell you what we're going to do. The first real thing that we're going to do is the part of you we're going to. Why hypnosis is really great is because a lot of the time in the past when you've been trying to stop smoking, not just you, we all, we generally sort of like use the part of our brains, the logic, our conscious mind to try and stop smoking. So we tell ourselves, I don't want to do this, bad for our health. It's killing me. It's expensive. I'm not going to be around for my kids. I can't breathe. It's making my skin look old. All of that. And then all the above. And then you think consciously, well, what is it doing for me? Well, nothing. I mean, I can, by smoking me, I can say that part of me is just the part of me that thought, actually don't give a shit. It feels good for 5 minutes. That part was quite strong, very strong drive for me for the short-term pleasure. That, and even though I knew that it wasn't actually doing me any good, but sometimes that the myth of it being good felt enough, can't it?
Yeah.
Or you're having a party and you're included, and it's a bit, that sense of, fuck it, it's quite exciting. That's quite intoxicating, So, but trying to deal with all of that doesn't work. And the reason why is because it's not the conscious mind that's smoking. It's run by your unconscious mind. It's run by the part of you that started a long time ago. And it can start even before you actually put a first cigarette in your mouth. Like going back, for me, parents smoked, my siblings smoked, all of that. So that can have an impact, or looking at TV, or the cool people at school smoke, whatever it is for individuals. There is a it's an unconscious process. Now in hypnosis, I'm going to be talking to that unconscious part of you, that part of you that smokes, that's automatic, and we're going to ask that part of you that's running the smoking habit if it can come up with something else that that's going to, because it's obviously got a purpose. It does something for you. You're saying it deals with anxiety or stress, or like after a meal, the ones after a meal, or the ones where you enjoy. So we're going to ask that part of you to find something else it can do that's going to make you feel as good as the cigarette used to, but isn't going to kill you, isn't going to hurt you.
And save me money. Let me just save you money.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And right. So let's do it. All right.
Yeah. Can you see enough of me? Because
I can see enough of you. Yeah. I tell you, is it possible actually to see more of your torso, just because it might be that we get your hand to make some movements as well.
More?
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
That is really good. Okay.
Should I be a bit straight because I'm off sort of angle? You know what I mean? Does it make a difference?
No, not really. As long as you're comfy, really.
Yeah. Let me just move it this way a bit. I think.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
So we're going to set up some ideomotor signals, which means that it may be that you use some part of your body to communicate with me, or your unconscious mind. It can be any part. I mean, I'd probably obviously not useful if it's your feet, because I can't see your feet. So something that I can see, hand, but whatever's going to, when you're in that sort of state of trance, whatever feels right for you. I don't want to dictate to you what to do, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to use some part of your body to communicate with me, and so you can remain in a nice sort of trance state. All right, ready? So if you're ready to be a stop smoking for now and forever, all I want you to do is put your hand like that, so it's about 4 inches in front of your face, with your fingers pointing away from you. That's right. Perfect. Can you see your hand all right? Your hand looks quite high to me. I don't know if it's just a zoom. Yeah. So can you just focus now on a spot or a line in your hand, if you've got any?
Yeah.
And just really notice that line or that spot as though it's the first time you've ever seen it. Just notice the color. perhaps how it differs from the rest of the skin on your hand, perhaps the way that your fingers are sort of like held together. And as you look at that spot or that line on your hand or that vein or whatever it is, as you're looking at that focus, becoming more focused, I'm sure you understand that you have an unconscious mind and you have a conscious mind. And we've already been talking about the conscious mind, how the conscious mind does attend to things for us during the day. A lot of the time when you're learning something, if I was to ask you a simple sum, you'd use your conscious mind to answer. And your conscious mind is very good at being quick and engaging, but it has limits. There's limits of what it can attend to at any one time. Your unconscious mind, however, is a very different thing. Your unconscious mind has been with you your entire life. And some people believe even before that. And some people believe that our unconscious minds are all connected, like interstate roads or stars in the galaxy, all connected. And our unconscious minds are expansive. And your unconscious mind is responsible for your breathing. You don't have to tell yourself consciously to, Jenny, remember to breathe, must remember to breathe. No, your unconscious mind does it for you. And many other things it takes in, it records every single thing that you've ever felt, experienced, understood, images, colors, smells, from the very beginning of your life. But whatever you believe about your unconscious mind, I want you to understand that I am now talking to your unconscious mind. I'm talking to that hand. I'm not talking to Jenny. I'm talking to that hand, that unconscious mind. And when your unconscious mind, when that hand is ready to let Jenny experience a very profound hypnotic trance, it will enable her to become free from smoking, to become a non-smoker today and feel incredible freedom and relief. When that hand is ready to allow Jenny to experience a deep trance, to allow her to be free, and want that hand to begin to turn so the fingers are facing Jenny's forehead. And that's right. Sometimes it can be a very, very subtle twitch and it can begin. Sometimes the hand can move in a jerky fashion. That's right. Fingers already beginning to twitch. Hands already beginning to move very subtly. That's right, because your unconscious mind knows exactly what to do. That's right. You can trust your unconscious mind to take you somewhere really quite profound. Somewhere profound that's going to enable you to unlock incredible, powerful resources deep inside of you that will enable you easily to stop smoking and also find new confidence to allow you to other things you hadn't even thought about before this session. And suddenly things are going to become free for you. To unlock incredible power. That's right. Fingers moving around now. That's right. You can just let it do its thing and understand that your unconscious mind is incredibly powerful. Tap into all the wisdom and resources from the beginning of time, because there is a super speed unconscious highway that you can tune into, an antenna, which is sometimes why you get artists, even before the days of the internet, who connect, somehow create amazing pieces of art that is very similar, although they've never seen each other's work. Just tapping into energies. That's right. And your unconscious mind can feel kind of weird as it begins to move around, but to understand that your unconscious mind knows exactly what to do, and you can trust your unconscious mind to allow you to experience something profound, something transformative, positive and powerful. And allow you to discover a strength that you'd forgotten that you ever had. That's right. Fingers moving, thumb twitching, strange sensations as you tap in. And I don't know what's going to happen first when the hand totally moves all the way around to the face. I don't know whether the fingers are going to touch the forehead first or the forehead is going to touch the fingers. But when that happens, when the fingers touch your forehead, You will shut your eyes and experience a profound hypnotic trance. That's right. You're doing this perfectly. Fingers moving all the way around now as you breathe deeply, experiencing a really wonderful, comfortable ease. Letting your fingers move all the way round. That's right. And it feels kind of strange and kind of weird, but also kind of liberating because you understand the unconscious mind has a mind of its own. And when it's harnessed to something good and positive and powerful, it can take you to a different realm. That's right. Just let it go. Let any resistance go, and you can trust in your unconscious mind to take you where you need to go now. With every breath you take, allow a sense of deepening, allow a sense of sinking into the space. That's right. As fingers turn all the way around now, allow your sense of self to sink into that chair, feeling really comfortable. And every breath you take, every word I say can take you deeper inside now. You can close your eyes now. That's right. And just let those fingers turn all the way around. So they're facing your hand. They're facing your head. If there's any part of Jenny's hand that wishes to go all the way into hypnosis, that hand wants Jenny to go all the way into hypnosis. I'd like that hand to give me some sort of signal so I understand. It could be a twitch of the finger or a movement. If she's ready, if that hand is ready, let Jenny experience profound hypnotic trance. I want you to let that hand drop down now. That's right. Just let it go, let it drop down all the way down now. That's right. And understand you're doing this perfectly. And take a nice, slow, deep breath in as you sink into this space. That's right. Into this moment. That's right. Nobody's wanting anything from you. Nobody's expecting anything. You can see this as a complete timeout. And with the eyes closed, as you listen to me, you can become aware of some things. The sound of my voice, the sounds in the room. Because hypnosis is not about being asleep. It's about being aware. And you can become aware of things that might otherwise go overlooked or be ignored. The colours in your mind's eye, thoughts and images that drift through your mind, even your own inner voice. Let it do its wandering, let it do its chattering. As you continue to relax now. Relax into that chair, to that feeling, understanding. I know that you understand. You have a conscious mind, you have an unconscious mind. You might call it your subconscious, but that part of you that's running the blood flow, responsible for every breath, that runs every learned pattern of behavior, you can carry out automatically, almost without thinking. Just aware, become aware of any thoughts, feelings, you listen, and understand that your unconscious mind is expansive, without boundaries, super powerful. And today we are going to use that incredible part of you, that incredible, boundless part of your unconscious, your mind, to learn a new behavior. And as you continue to relax and drift in your thoughts, just notice your breathing. More at ease now, deeper now with every breath. And today, you're going to use your unconscious mind as a resource to really have an experience from. And all that's needed for us to do that is for me to have a line of communication with that unconscious mind of yours. And it may be that you nod your head, or perhaps one of your hands rise up so that I can see it. It really doesn't matter, because I don't have your unconscious mind. I would like you to hand the responsibility of your unconscious to communicate to me. And I'd like right now for that part of you that runs the smoking habit, that runs Jenny's smoking habit, to hand over all the communications to one part of your body. And when it's done that, I would like it to give me a signal so that I can understand and communicate with that part of you. Thank you. I want to thank you now for looking out for Jenny all this time, for running that habit, because both I know and she knows that your intention has only been to try and make her feel good, to give her something to serve a positive function, to do something for her. And I'd like to thank you for looking out for her. I'd like to ask you, if you're ready and if you're able, right now, to let Jenny know in full consciousness what your positive function has been, what the positive function in that smoking habit has been all of this time. And if it's ready and able to let Jenny know in absolute consciousness what his positive intention has been behind the habit, I'd like you to go ahead and give me that signal so that I understand. That's right, you can take your time as you... Thank you. Okay. And I'd like to ask that part to continue to communicate with me in this way. And I once again appreciate that we understand what you've been doing for Jenny. And now I'd like to ask that creative part of Jenny, that creative part that comes up with ideas, is imaginative, that dreams, finds solutions for things. I'd like to ask that creative part that does all of those amazing things, that resolves things, dreams, imagines, to search, to go out and search and flow and unlock the great power of all your imagination and creativity, and just start searching for other things, other ways, other means for Jenny to experience the same positive function, the the same positive impact that the old smoking habit used to serve, but does not involve smoking or eating. I just want you to go out and search and flow and come up with as many ideas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many ideas as you can come up with, as that creative part can come up with. And as it does, as it begins to search and come up with new ideas, you can let me know, you can signal as you're thinking. And imagine right now there's a man, a young man, and he's going for his first job at the largest company in his hometown. And he meets a prospective employer who sets him some simple task to do. The young man completes the task and does it well. So the boss of the company asks him, could you do that for me? Maybe 15, 16, 17, sometimes 20 times a day. You can do that for me. I've got a job for you. And the young man takes the job and he loves it. Every day checks in, and the gate opens and he walks in and he gets on down to his work perfectly. He never lets the company down. And it's the first time in his life anyone has asked him to do anything and really given him that responsibility. And it's got a sense of purpose. He loves the company, loves the job. He knows what he's doing. He knows who he is. And he carries on doing that exact thing that he's been asked to do. He loves it so much. Does it every day, and he carries on that way for years. And then one day he checks in with his pass, but the gate doesn't open. So he tries again and again. And eventually he calls his employer and he lets them know. But his employer doesn't pick up the phone, doesn't call back. How is the employer going to feel? What's he going to do? During World War II, at the height of Japanese expansion in the Pacific, there was Japanese soldiers, literally thousands of tiny islands scattered across an enormous expanse of ocean. Each island might have had just a few soldiers. And they didn't see much action, but dutifully they still guarded their island. They would march up and down the beach each day looking for any sign of the enemy. And the war ended suddenly, and the Japanese ships came past to collect their troops. Some, however, were missed and they got left behind, literally missing their boat. What is more, they had no idea that the war was over. They continued to struggle on, marching up and down the beach all day, maintaining their rusting weapons and tattered uniforms as best as they could, totally isolated. And the government resorted to dropping leaflets from the air on the island, announcing the war was over. But the soldiers ignored these, thinking they might be propaganda, locals. And locals tried to get messages to the soldiers, but they were driven away by the warning shots. Some of the soldiers continued carrying on these duty until 1974, which was 30 years after the war actually ended. And how should such a soldier be treated? What would you say to them? Reminds me of a friend, a wonderful woman I knew, and she's lived with this partner who's an absolute arsehole. It's always like putting her down, undermining her confidence. And any of the skills that she had, he'd take the piss out of. Particularly when they were out in public, always be the butt of his jokes. But he was a bully. It was more than that. He was an absolute bully, and we were always telling her just to get rid of him. That just why are you even with him? We couldn't understand it. It was really quite abusive, and it went on for years. And while she's sitting there, whilst that part of you continues to search, new ways, like the creative part of you, that creative part that dreams and resolves, flows and comes out in new ways. Just imagine right now, get a sense of that spirit you, that essence of you, floating out of your body, lifting out of your body, as though you're some Chinese lantern with a beautiful flame. That's right, lifting higher and higher, free to your, at the very ceiling of your building, and then you're leaving the building free from your body, just beautifully free, out into the clouds, higher and higher into the sky. A sense of that freedom, a sense of that spirit you leaving your body, whilst your body remains safe and comfortable in the chair, listening to my voice. And as you get higher and higher, till you're above the clouds. That's right. And feel how good that feels, how comfortable and safe you are. How amazing is your unconscious mind that can expand and be free to connect to superpowers inside of you. Because you're an incredible human being, incredible spirit. And all the spirit that we're attached to, that you're attached to, gone before you, floating higher and higher. And when you're above the clouds, you can see the whole of the earth, the globe, the beautiful blue and the green, and get a sense of between this you, this spirit you, and the body that's on that sofa listening to my voice, get a sense of a target, like an archery target. But all the color bands inside. And we're right in the middle of that archery target. You're going to put every single unhelpful, limiting belief that you've ever had about smoking, your ability to easily be free from smoking. Any limiting belief you've had about your powers to quit easily, I want you to put in the center of that target. Any sense of past failures, anything that's been holding you back from being your amazing potential, I want you to put in the center of that target. Any cravings, any sense of weakness, anything that's been unhelpful to you, anything you want to get rid of, anything toxic, put it right in the center of that archery. Because I want you to understand that in a moment, you're going to have to be brave, because you're going to fire like an arrow for the center of that target. And it's going to be very, very rapid. It's going to be in a moment. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and go shh. And in that time, you're going to be through the other side. And you're going to feel amazing, because you're going to be free from smoking. You're going to quit today forever, and enjoy it and feel the sense of joy at your own freedom. But you're going to have to be brave, because just for a moment, as you pass through that center, you may feel an intense craving. That'll be the last craving you ever have to experience again. So when you're ready forever to be free from that smoking habit, I'm going to make this sound. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, shh, you're going to shoot like an arrow. So getting ready. 1, 2, 3, shh, you're through. And you get through, and you can just feel this bliss. See it all around you. Feel that incredible love that you felt. You can feel that love. Any love you've ever felt, it's all there, expanding, unconditional love, beautiful, wonderful, unconditional love. See the faces of the people you love most on the planet. See them smiling. Hear their voices, hear them laughing. And as you listen to my voice, as you feel what you feel for them, understand that you will always now never be free from smoking. Understand that you are free today. That's right. You feel that incredible love. Understand that it's going to be easy for you to stop smoking. It's going to be joyful. And let that joy spread all the way through your body. Let that spark of joy fill you with confidence and pleasure. That's right. You're doing this perfectly. And only once your unconscious mind has truly accepted this freedom, embraced this freedom, you can see, feel, get a sense of your spirit, you returning from that place and returning back to the room that you're sitting in. There's almost like that essence of you is once again looking at that you on the chair, looking at that you, that comfortable you, that incredible you. And only when that unconscious mind of yours is ready to allow you to have this incredible sense of freedom from that old smoking habit, and that essence of you can get back into your body and you can feel this amazing sense of freedom. There's a funny thing at that party with my friend that I was telling you about, because I remember it was one day just shortly after she arrived at this party, and her partner, this is the arsehole, was making the usual kind of like inappropriate or just embarrassing kind of jokes at her expense. And it wasn't even like as bad as usual, but I could just see something changed in her face. And she just reacted, and she just grabbed her keys and she just grabbed her bag and just left the party. And we were all kind of like, that was weird. And then she turns out she'd gone back to the house, she took all her stuff and she just fucked off. She just left. And that was it. That was the last time. She just left him completely, just like out of the blue, just completely left him. And we all said to her, because then she just thrived. She just did brilliantly after that. She just really good. Her life got better. She got healthier and stronger, was more confident. And she's amazing. We all said to her, what was it? Why did you just sort of like, why then? Why? She just, she just got to the end. She just had enough. She realized that she'd had enough. And everyone has their threshold. And that was it for her. She just had enough. The soldiers, they were committed to doing their duty. In fact, there was only one person that they would take notice of and stand down from them, and that was their immediate superior. So eventually, the army sent that person, and he arrived at the island. He walked through the jungle and he found these soldiers. And when he did, he got on his knees, bowed his head, and he gave them the news to let the war's over. And he thanked them for their service, letting them know they were his most loyal soldiers. He presented them with a priceless gift and invited them home. And they were given a hero's welcome when they arrived and the key to the city. And of course, they wanted to continue to serve their country in a new way. And just like that employee, he just wanted to work and continue to try to get in to that gate so he could work. And eventually it was realized that there had been a mistake. He was invited in, and his manager looked at his excellent record of service, invited him to the human resources department, where they offered him a new opportunity. And they showed him several new roles that he could do. And he chose a new job, one that he could do for the company, one that would make the most use of his skills, but be better for him, more benefit to the company. And I wonder how great you'll feel when you've found it easy to stop smoking today. How good it'll be when your house is clean and fresh and your husband no longer comes in. He can come in and notice, wow, what's changed? And you can say, well, since I've stopped smoking, the house feels fresh and smells lovely. And how amazing it's going to feel when you just finish this call, realizing that you're a non-smoker. How wonderful that would be, that the cravings just leave your body and the thoughts about smoking will leave your mind, and you will become free, not only physically free, but mentally free. How amazing that's going to be when you just become mentally free from smoking. And because you have this incredible strength inside, you have all these incredible resources, it's going to be easy for you. You've simply made a decision. You made a decision last night to be a non-smoker, and because it comes from you, because you've chosen to do it, it's going to be easy and permanent. You can just see yourself in a couple of weeks' time snapping that cigarette and telling me, yeah, it was easy, and feeling this amazing gratitude because you now understand how powerful your own unconscious mind is. And once you've discovered it, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't go back. You can never go back, because you know you've got this amazing strength inside of you. You know that you've got these amazing resources to easily just change your mind, and experience confidence and power. And you've done it. You've done it today. You've become a non-smoker. Because you become a non-smoker, you're going to do something amazing with all that money. And I wonder what you're going to do with that money. Perhaps you could start saving it every day, put it somewhere visible. I just have a moment now to think about what you're going to do with all that money that you save. Hundreds of pounds every month you're going to save. And just imagine, a few months now, a friend bumps into you, sees how great you look. Yeah, you look well, you look great. So yeah, I know, I stopped smoking. Stop smoking, and just your health is going to get better every single day. Today, if anyone does offer you a cigarette, you're just going to say, with a big smile on your face, as you remember the freedom that you have, the freedom that you've begun today. So no thanks, sir, I don't smoke. Big smile on your face. That's right, that lovely smile on your face right now. Feel that flicker of joy as you understand that you have opened the door to freedom, to feeling amazing, to feeling great. I'd like to ask that part of Jenny that used to run the smoking habit, if it will look at all the solutions, the ideas that the creative part has come up with. And I wanted to choose at least one or two, or however many it feels it needs, to replace that old habit, that old smoking habit. And when it's come up with it, when it wants to choose the one or two or three new behaviors that it believes will be the most successful, the most immediate, the most effective, and it can apply them immediately today, I want you to go ahead and give me that signal so that I understand. Thank you. And once again, I want to thank that part of you, the creative part, for coming up with all those ideas, and for that part that used to run the smoking habit. And I wonder if I ask that part that used to run the smoking habit to take those ideas, take those new behaviors, and go out into a world of fantasy. Go out into a future and try out these new ways. Imagine yourself using these new techniques, these new ways, these new behaviors, and make sure that they're working for you. Make sure that you can use these behaviors and feel amazing freedom, comfort, and ease with these new ways of behaving. Just see it. See yourself after this call. See yourself after a meal, a time when you would have in the past had a cigarette, and just see yourself using these new ways. Go out and try every single circumstance or situation that you might have in the past described as a trigger. Stressful times, times at work, times of boredom, times of upset, you've had an argument with someone, your husband's pissed you off. Any time that you would think, right, that part of you would have had that old habit, and see yourself using this new habit instead. That's right. And if that's working for you, I want all the other parts to make any kind of adjustments that they need to make in order to make these changes be installed in a very, very deep, profound cellular, molecular level, and make this a reality, make this your new reality, just as much as every suggestion that I've made to you today becomes your new reality. So you can act on all the suggestions I've made easily and effortlessly and joyfully. That's right. And as you install all of these suggestions, so that when you finish this session, experience complete and utter freedom and joy and confidence. I want you to understand that you can always return to this place of calmness, this place of peace. So before you drift up completely, you can just become aware of the next few moments of a comfortable self-awareness. Just go over all the thoughts, images, and understandings that have occurred today. And understand that you have a super powerful unconscious mind. And in the coming days and weeks, you'll find yourself growing in strength. You're going to grow in strength through the night, enjoying that return to health and well-being, living in freedom, because this will never bother you again. As you become more aware of the strengths, abilities, and the choices you have, you can enjoy exercising your right to choose. See yourself out there when someone offers you a cigarette and you smile and say, no, thanks. I don't smoke. Filled with a feeling of pleasure and confidence. Automatically a pleasure and confidence as those words come out of your mouth, knowing you overcame something you previously thought might be difficult, but actually it turned out to be easy. And from today, it will be so easy for you. And anytime you wish to use the power of your unconscious mind, all you need to do, Jenny, is sit here quietly on that chair or anywhere and just say the word, relax. You say that word 4 times, relax, 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 relax. And you will immediately return into the deepest experience of hypnosis that you have experienced today. Anywhere that's safe and appropriate for you to do so. That's right. Take a brief time that seems like a long time to review and plan some level of awareness, the things you will do later on as a non-smoker, the things you might change later on. As you can use that time now, well, in a few moments from now, I'm going to count to 5. And you will come back to full awareness. You will open your eyes and stretch, being completely refreshed, with a calm confidence and a lightness of being. So one more time, just go over it in your mind. Get that sense of yourself finishing this call. Let your unconscious go over it until you know that that non-smoker is a part of you all the way through. And only as quickly as the unconscious knows and has made the changes necessary to achieve your goal, completely free of the smoking habit today and forever, and your conscious mind has accepted the changes made, you will drift up to conscious wakeful awareness. 1, feeling wonderful. with a calm confidence. 2, imagine energy coming from your fingers and toes, the lightness of being. 3, your mind and body has made all the changes to give you that freedom. 4, allow yourself to achieve your goal easily and effortlessly. 5, fully awake, eyes opening, sensations returning to normal, energy running through your hands and feet, feeling amazing and feeling that sense of freedom.
Oh. Wow.
How good are you feeling?
I've never experienced something like that, and the hand bit is just like,
Your
that
face
was
a picture. Oh, I lost you for a minute. Your face was just great.
that was just a bit weird. I'm
It
not
is
gonna.
weird.
That was a little bit weird. I was looking and I don't know.
It is weird.
When you told me to close my eyes, I felt like it, like something was saying, go around, go around. I don't know how far it went around, obviously, not as far as that or touch, but
No, I didn't.
there was something there.
Yeah, I knew there was something where it didn't go around. And that's why I thought I'm going to leave it, because I knew you were in a trance. It didn't go around the way that I was kind of like expecting it to, but it didn't. It doesn't matter. It's really your awareness, and that's why I thought I wanted to start doing the work. So I asked you to drop it down. But I could feel you're in a trance anyway. But your unconscious mind was doing what it wanted to do.
Yeah, there was little movements on my hands. I could feel like my veins there kept moving and shooting, sort of thing. I think,
yeah, it kind of moved around to about there, and then it was like, no, I'm just staying here. Actually,
I'm staying there.
I'm staying here. Thanks.
I'm dangling.
Yeah. So that's what.
Yeah. There's some things I'm gonna always keep in my mind if I get that urge. I know that already. Like going through the center, that I will keep. I've got everything there, and just an arrow through it. Everything that I hate about smoking, cigarettes, the smell, the waste of money,
well done,
food, drink. So that's in my head now.
That's amazing. That's
the bit I really like. Putting it there and just gone.
Well, I
That
should
bit
give
I
that
like.
feedback. That's the arrow technique, which is great. It's Freddie Jacquin. He's a hypnotist that created that. It's amazing. I usually do it. I don't always do it, but I could see that working really well for you. I could almost see you putting shit in that center. So that was really good.
That I liked, definitely. I thought, even thinking of it, I was still thinking forward that I was going to always keep that in my head. Always. If someone asks me for one, it's like that split second I'm going to think of the center. Or what was the other one? The relax, that one, because I'm not really a nervous person as such. I could fall off a chair easily, laying back sort of thing. But obviously there are times where like people say relax, but that one, I think if I was in a restaurant and I could just sneak away and no one will notice. But I think no, just relax. It's a nice atmosphere here. Why bother going ruin it by going have a smelly cigarette sort of thing?
Yeah.
So I think I could use that one in different situations. But the bullseye,
brilliant.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how confident are you feeling?
Yeah, I just want to go and wash up some dishes and go outside and go to the shops. And the worst thing, what I hate about giving up cigarettes, smoking, is that people say they can't smell the smoke. And when they can smell the smoke. When I'm smoking, I can't smell anything.
Yeah, it comes back. Yeah, that's right. I think it comes
back. But as soon as I stop smoking, it's like, oh my God.
It's awful.
Does it actually smell like that?
Yes.
When people say, oh, it smells, I go, can't smell it. What are they on about?
It's worse when you're outside in the rain and then like coming in. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? Like when you're smoking in the rain and then coming.
My other half says you stink. He just says that.
The rain makes it clink, doesn't it?
Yeah, that one definitely is a no one. But like if someone's smoking now and I'm smoking, I wouldn't smell the smoke at all. But as soon as I stop, because I usually stop when I have like flu or a really bad cold, and then as soon as I go out and I smell it, I go, surely it doesn't smell as bad as that.
Yeah.
So when my other half or my brother or my mum or friends say, God almighty, no, I know what they're talking about. But that's my test. I really want to go for a walk.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. So in a couple of weeks' time, I might even like video you snapping that cigarette and telling me how easy it was. Yeah, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to you saying, yeah, it was actually really, really easy.
Yeah.
Which it will be because
Yeah.
you're a non-smoker.
Yeah, definitely. Just feels like I want to do my dishes, go out shopping, come home and give my
Smell
house
the
a full
air,
smell the
smell the
air, just give my
breath,
house a whole clean
fresh spring
vacuum. Yeah,
clean, March spring clean, perfect.
yeah, definitely. I wish I could just
Yeah,
peel all
then
the
eventually,
wallpaper off.
yeah, in a few months' time, you can then just redecorate.
Yeah,
Because
buy
there'll be a,
pots of paint,
yeah,
everything.
because definitely, yeah,
After £11.49 a
you'll be
day.
rich.
Yes, and more wiser, I hope, as well.
Yeah,
This stupid, idiotic thing. When I tell my mum, I don't want to tell her straight away. She could
yeah,
go
yeah,
like, "I told you it was a waste of money. Why did you ever keep it up?" But
yeah.
obviously, it's easy to be to say it to be than to be it, sort of thing. So yeah, I
All right,
feel I'm going to give it my best ever for now, forever. Because I mean, I'm sure I'm not going to live for 120, but
good try, good
yes, I'm going
try.
to try my very best. So I'm 60, 61.
Yeah,
So I leave 85, 90 would do
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
But
But I
at
mean, it
least
depends, as long as you're in good health, it's
well,
about that,
that's
isn't
it.
it? Yeah, being good
Carrying on
health.
smoking, there's nowhere you're going to be in good health
Yeah,
to 90. Very
yeah,
few
yeah,
people are
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
you get the exception, but and I'll stop drinking
Oh,
less as well. I'll cut down on the
start drinking.
drinking
Yeah,
because it's like I don't know. Oh, they just go together for me. I really enjoy them, but obviously now
so
once
what
I
are you going
take
to
in
do?
a one, hmm?
But the thing is you will not miss them. I can guarantee. 'Cause the same for me. I used to do that with whatever else I was doing, and it's not made any difference. It's
No,
just what you've been telling yourself. They go together. That's
yeah,
what you've been telling
exactly,
yourself.
yeah,
Something else will go together. Find something else, but you have found something else.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. But even if nothing replaces it, good, it won't be anything bad. That's the
yeah,
thing. I've taken out the bad. I don't care if anything good does replace it, not
yeah,
now or maybe in the future, but for the moment, nothing bad is going to, because that is the worst thing on earth,
yeah.
really.
It is.
Nothing is worse than smoking,
Yeah,
and you're paid to give yourself, you know, health problems. So the more I think about it, the more it's just quite annoying me.
yeah. Well, you're free, so you don't have
Yeah.
to think about it. Just think about the good stuff. Think about what you're going to do, how you're going to feel, health, wealth, happiness,
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah.
Health,
I'm
wealth,
just going
happiness,
to be
freedom.
so happy about I've got to go and dry clean all my coats now,
Yeah,
everything,
can get this all
because
done.
yeah,
Get
and then
yeah,
just start afresh and you know, just get on with my life and stop worrying about that stupid thing. No more whoosh deliveries, that's for
yeah.
sure.
Right. Okay.
Don't miss
Listen,
me.
I'll check in a few days, or you can check in and just tell me how easy it is.
I will do.
And obviously call me if you want to call me for any reason.
I will do.
Right. Speak to you
That's
soon.
yes, that's wonderful. You take care, Laura,
Thank you.
and
Will
have a
do.
lovely weekend.
And you. Bye. Bye.